Hello and welcome back to Stars Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. Big ups to everybody who is tuned in nice and early. Big ups to everybody who is watching on the replay. I'm back after a long, it felt like a long hiatus, man. I was gone, dealing with a death in the family, unfortunately. But I'm back, guys. I'm back like I never left. And we are here for another episode of the Koora pod. The best host is back, man. Man like Sardinio. Do you know what I mean, man? We're there, bro. We're there. Do you know what I mean? Big up to everybody. You know what I mean? Ash can't do the job like me, bro. Ash can't do the job like me. I watched it back. It was a bit too professional. This guy was going a bit too mad. Man, I'm just bringing out stats, then this and that. Do you know what I mean? Let me just take it back to the good days. You're on mute, by the way.
He was also muted during the intro.
I tried to duck on me. You're muted already. Don't copy, man. I love you, man.
Oh man, it's fine. It's fine. Welcome back, Sad. Welcome back, and condolences to the family. Yeah, man. All we have to do here is, first of all, hit the like button, guys. I mean, even though there's no football, but we're here to keep you entertained, to keep you really tuned up and updated with the news. And we want to talk some football. And we want you guys to join us. Give us your thoughts, your ideas, your likes. Sad, tell me, brother. First of all, Liverpool, man.
We're gonna speak about it, bro. Like you said,
we have to congratulate. No,
100%. Listen,
right.
I'm not like these salty Arsenal fans who can't, do you know what I mean, be professional and congratulate. Of course, the Liverpool fans are going to be shameless. Of course, they're going to be like, if you've seen what some of the Arsenal fans have been saying, why would Liverpool fans not be like slewing them with bottle job, with this, with that, with like, do you know what I mean? It's understandable. But listen, congratulations to Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool are champions officially, and they'll lift the trophy against. I think Crystal Palace is the last game. I think Crystal Palace. By the way, big up to Tyler. It's been a while since I was awake for one of these. Big up to you, Tyler. Big up to Zane. He says, been a while. Sad, my condolences for your loss of the family first, and then let's get into it. Big up to you, Zane, of course. Big up to you, my broski. Big up, Sad. How you feeling? I'm feeling like a champion. You never walk alone. Philip just on cloud 9. Big up to you. Big up to Aaron, of course. Big up, Aaron. Long time no see. Big up to you, man. Legend. He says, hit the like button, everybody. Big up to you guys. We're gonna leave that there. Yeah, obviously you have to congratulate Liverpool over the stretch, over the season. Much better team. They handled their players well. Yes, we did get injuries, but in the grand scheme of things, there was plenty of areas for us to be able to. There's plenty of opportunity for us to bring in new players. There's plenty of opportunities for us to rest players. And listen, it's one of those seasons which we need to discuss at the end what happened. We need to discuss why this has happened. And listen, even if we do go and win the Champions League, there still will need to be a discussion about the league and why we have this many points.
Agreed.
Because like even if we, let's say for instance we go and win the Champions League, even if we win the Champions League, yes, we're going to celebrate first and we're going to be on cloud 9 and we're going to be screaming, but then we're definitely going to have conversations about the manager, the team, and why we dropped these points. Why have we regressed in the league so much? You know what I mean? So there's going to be those discussions, but congratulations to Liverpool, of course. Congratulations to them on winning the trophy. Congratulations to them on being so consistent and completely sweeping it, knocking it out the ballpark. To be honest, they're hitting a home run right here. And listen, Arne Slot's come in first year in the Premier League, first season in the Premier League, wins it in his first season, and shows that it's not all about. Do you know what I mean? It's not all about
progression shit.
Taking time. You can do it, but it's different for different teams. Do you know what I mean? There's an argument to be made there, because I think when you look at when you say it's not about project in this, for us it was always about project, because the team was not where it is now. Okay, the team was not where it is now.
Dude, it's been a project since we moved to Emirates, man. Don't talk to me about project.
Okay, so you're going to like the whole.
Come on, man. Yeah, man. Don't give me the sole narrative where Arsenal started was established 5 years ago, man.
If you're talking about that, then do you know what I mean? I don't disagree with you there, because you don't need to. It's simple to just be able to buy world-class players and, do you know what I mean, bring them in. But we sacrificed. Listen, anyway, it is what it is. Congratulations to Liverpool, of course. Mohamed Salah absolutely carrying them to league title. Him, Van Dijk.
He did.
Do you know what I mean? Those two players, him, Van Dijk. I'd say probably Gravenberch as well.
Yes.
Those three players, instrumental, bro, to them winning.
Even McAllister, man.
Yeah. There's too many. There's loads of players in their team. Definitely need to be congratulated. But listen, congratulations. Congratulations to Liverpool.
We have to talk about Liverpool, Babe Rose. I mean, they're champions. What do you mean?
Now, Babe Rose just wants us to get past this topic real quick so we can talk
about just brush it, quickly.
Big up Babe Rose in the building. Hopefully you're well. Big up to Denzel as well. Big up to LeFen as well. Big up to you guys. What's your thoughts, man? Congratulations on all that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. They well deserved. They won every single game that actually mattered. And the saying when they say the stars are aligning, the stars were aligning for Liverpool in every aspect, in terms of injuries, in terms of form, and the coach just setting shop quickly. He didn't really take time to actually adapt to the Premier League football. He was there instantly. They have a good team anyways. But Arne Slot is actually a good coach, and he's proved. I mean, to win the Premier League in your first season, that's an actual outstanding accomplishment for any manager in world's football. They are on a verge of building really something huge, and this is also after the fact that they signed the contract for Virgil van Dijk and as well Salah. We talked about this a few weeks ago. So that's very crucial for them, for their projects. FSG are really serious owners. You can see that. So that really, now it's about building on top of that, because Salah and Van Dijk are growing a little bit in a bit old, part where they're like above 32 or 33. So you need that fresh blood in the team. So I think it's very crucial for them in this summer to actually refresh the players and bring somebody with very high potential that can, carry the baton after somebody who's like Van Dijk or Salah, which is going to be very, very difficult to find such a high caliber players. So it's very important for them this season what they do in the summer. I mean, they're champions. Props to them. I cannot, you cannot say anything. You cannot say it's referees or this or that. We were shit. City were shit, and they deserved it. They really, really
No,
deserved it.
100%. 100%. They were consistent. They were by far the most consistent team in the league, the best team in the league. And listen, sometimes you just have to hold your hands up and be like, they showed levels. They showed levels.
They did.
Do you know what I mean? And this is what it takes to win a league. This is what it takes to win
He had some flop moments, by the way, like the Plymouth. They lost the cup and the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. They could have really had a bigger season, winning all the domestic trophies. But big up to Slot. Big up to Slot for winning the big one.
100%. And I think, listen, I think in the grand scheme of things, they're not really going to care because the league is
totally
amazing. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't care.
They've won those cups before. They've got enough of the league cups. They've got enough Premier FA Cups. So I don't really think they care too much. But he's probably going to take lessons from that, and he's going to take that into next season. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, listen, for me, I am humble. I am going to say congratulations, of course, but it hurts 100%. If anybody thinks that it doesn't hurt, bro, it hurts. Watching Liverpool celebrate yesterday on all over the TL, like it was all over the TL.
And against Tottenham, our rivals.
No, it's crazy, but it hurts, bro. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Big ups to Liverpool. They've done an amazing job, and they've won. They won the league, man. In regards to their players, man, I think you touched on it, and a lot of these players, there are players that they're going to be staying. There's obviously some players they're going to lose. They're going to be losing Trent. They're going to be losing Trent Alexander-Arnold, but I don't think it's going to cause them too much trouble. I've heard today that they're off to Jules Koundé. I've seen that they're looking at Jules Koundé. I've also seen that they're looking at forwards. They're looking at wingers. Do you know what I mean? Looking at midfielders, all of that kind of stuff. So, listen, it's going to be a busy summer for Liverpool. They're obviously going to be working in that transfer window, trying to get players to bolster their squad even more, because listen, it's going to be a big summer for all three clubs. It's going to be a big summer for all three clubs. Yeah, whether it be Arsenal, whether that be Liverpool, whether that be Man City, they're all having big summers. So
Liverpool never really signed like a super signing. I don't really remember a player that they came and signed like a really superstar, which is weird. Even though I believe that Liverpool has a huge pull. Now they are the champions. I mean, how much pull do you need? I mean, being the champions, having 6 Champions League in your cabinet, you're a big club, but there's something wrong with the negotiating tactics they do, or I don't know, their transfer strategy in general. They're not investing a lot less, like they're not buying like a 80, 90 or 100 million pound players. Yeah, I mean, if you look at Salah, you look at Van Dijk. Maybe Van Dijk was 70, I think.
75, I think he was.
Yeah, something like that. But overall, you don't see Liverpool going for those big names, which is odd for me, because you're on the verge of building what Ashraf wanted, which is a dynasty, to actually rule over the Premier League and overcome Man United.
The only thing I'll say, I don't think it's a dynasty. I don't think it's a dynasty.
Or continuity, let's say.
The reason, I think it's more of a continuity rather than a dynasty, because the dynasty, I still think, apart from Salah, which Salah is staying for the next 2 years, But apart from Salah, there's still a lot of holes in that attack. There's a lot of holes in that attack, and they're going to need to definitely improve on the attack, which I think they're doing this summer anyway. They're going to work on improving that attack because that attack needs some work. Salah needs some help. Do you know what I mean? They can't have it like how it was this season, where Salah had to carry the mantle and had to carry the team on his back for majority of games. He had to score, he had to assist. You know what I mean? But in the grand scheme of things, they're gonna work hopefully on that attack for the Liverpool fans, and they're gonna get the attackers in. We're also probably gonna see a midfielders come in. We're probably gonna see a defender come in, right backs, left backs. We don't know what happened with Andy Robertson. We don't know if that man's coming, that man's leaving. Do you know what I mean? So, listen, for me, I just look at their team, and there is holes in the team which they will fill up. But I think it's more about making stars rather than buying stars for them. It's always been like that. Liverpool. They've always been a club that makes them rather than buys them as the big star. Oh my god, the big star! Look at him. He just went to Liverpool. I think you see the only.
That's not consistent, to keep building it, because we saw that in Arsenal. It's not consistent. I mean, you need to have those big players. You need to buy those, play and plug players, the ones that are ready. You just bring them and instantly just utilize them, and they can. I don't know. For me, I think they need those kind of players to keep up this kind of momentum they have. If they're gonna rely on Salah and the youngsters, Salah is gonna fall off eventually. I mean, I'm not saying he will next season or something, but you will see a dip. One day that dip will come, and you need to be prepared for that. You need to have that player aligned, or the next player aligned. If it's a young, talented player or a mid-star player or something like that. I mean, you're not gonna rely on Chiesa or I don't know, Nunez or something like that to replace Salah. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen.
No, 100%, 100%. And yeah, listen, with Liverpool, congratulations to all the Liverpool fans. Congratulations to Arne Slot getting it done with the squad that he had, with the problems, with the issues that he had in attack. Do you know what I mean? It's not all about just Mohamed Salah and that. Having to work with two other attackers that can't put away chances at times. Do you know what I mean? Is difficult. Do you know what I mean? So kudos to him for being able to work around that and keeping his players fit. Do you know what I mean? All of that good stuff, of course. Speaking about, now that we've done this whole, do you know what I mean, this humble thing, congratulations to Liverpool. Bun Liverpool. We want to speak about something else. Big up to Liverpool fans. Congratulations, Yallah Safi. Let's move on to something else, bro. Because, do you know what I mean? It actually hurts, bro. It hurts, bro. Because, do you know what I mean?
It is what it is.
We really could have been champions this year, but decided to just fumble the bag. Anyway. Moving on to who we speak about next. Before we speak about the big game, let's just speak about City versus Palace, because I do want to discuss that. I'll be so real. Nottingham Forest, like, big up Wolfie, but let's not big up Wolfie, because Nottingham Forest in that semi-final against Manchester City, that was the most embarrassing performance. The most embarrassing performance that I have ever seen. We're gonna discuss that, Giovanni. As soon as once we get to the Arsenal section, we'll discuss that, bro. Don't worry, I got that. 3P for second place next season. Well, actually, it'll be a 4P for second place next season. Yeah, come on, man. Lewis, don't worry, we're gonna get to that. I'm actually gonna start that comment, and then we'll get to that when we get to the Arsenal section. But in regards to City and Palace, listen, I'll be real. That was a disgraceful performance from Nottingham Forest.
It was,
final, bro. Like I expected them to come in with a bit more oomph. Do you know what I mean? With a bit more.
That's what inexperience is.
Danger, bro. Like, no, but the thing is, here's the thing, yeah. They're players, because Crystal Palace haven't got experience at that level. They haven't
In the
got
Premier League,
experience. But what happened
no,
about Crystal
in
Palace?
the Premier League they have. In the Premier League they have a lot of experience and good players as well. Crystal
No.
Palace is not.
When you say experience, what are you talking about? Experience in what? In
And
like finals
in,
or?
no, not finals or anything. I'm not saying Crystal Palace like that team, but I'm saying playing high level of football in the Premier League longer as Crystal Palace. I mean, they're used to such a high intensity game. I would say, compared to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest is a very recent club that joined the Premier League.
Okay, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, Nottingham Forest this season have consistently performed.
For me, that's an anomaly. This is an anomaly. I don't think we'll see Nottingham in top 8 next season.
You don't think so? Even if they make signings, even if they're able to keep players.
It's very, very difficult. Very difficult.
I'll tell you why. Because Nottingham Forest have got the financials behind them. They've got a massive stadium. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they don't have that huge fan base, and the revenue is not that high.
They've got they can. The fan base can always be built on, bro.
No, but this is why I'm associating, because it's associated with revenue, right?
But we're able to do it, so we can't. Do you know what I mean?
City, no, man, you're comparing City to Nottingham Forest.
But okay, so City started off as Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, but that was what
City started off as Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, you're right. But that's in 2008.
When you saw me, and I give these teams. I always try to give them the benefit of the doubt that they can have like a success story like that. I always try to give
yes, they can.
They can. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, they can. But I don't think it will happen in 1 year like it happened with City, because City was prior FFP, where they pumped a lot of money, and the Emiratis pumped a lot of money and brought big names just to bust up their squad and actually challenge very quickly. Compared to Nottingham Forest, they cannot do that. So they cannot do that the same manner, right?
Of course, they
similar. I'll give you another example. Which is Newcastle. You know that the owners of Newcastle are, the richest in the Premier League.
Yeah, we know.
If FFP was not there, believe me, Newcastle would bring Vinny Jr., would bring Mbappe, would bring the whole squad, there, man. I promise you that.
Let's not think about that. That's
But I'm just saying. This is why.
Isak would never leave, bro. Isak would never leave, bro. Forget about not making Champions League, bro. Even if they didn't make
brown envelopes, maybe it's happening there. I don't know, man. But the money's real. You know what I mean? There's a dollar there. Anyways, what I'm saying is, Nottingham Forest will need at least a decade to get to the level of the likes of Chelsea, the likes of Liverpool, the likes of Arsenal, in terms of revenue, and to keep up with the sign, and to sign really good players. Because yes, they have a good season this season. Nobody's taken that away from them. They have a phenomenal season. Santos did something that nobody expected. Did you expect Nottingham to be in top 4, Sad?
No.
Top 6?
No. I actually thought they'd finish like in the bottom half of the table. So
okay, this is what I'm saying. So for me personally, this is an anomaly season for them. And I think the other clubs, such as Chelsea, Liverpool, will stay strong. City will be much more stronger. They're going to spend another 300 million or so in the summer with Pep. Arsenal definitely will strengthen as well. Newcastle as well, they will strengthen. Aston Villa is there. So I don't see Nottingham Forest keeping up with the same pace, man. This is my thought. Maybe people will disagree with me. That's fine. But for them, I'll give them props for this season. But to continue next season in the same manner, and don't forget, if they get like offers from other clubs, like big clubs, they will come for their players, like good players, like Gibson White, like Muriello, all of these good Forest players. The big clubs will come for them, and it's going to be very, very difficult for Nottingham Forest board to retain them.
Yeah,
I don't think they can do that, and I don't think they can offer them the 200K per week or the 250K per week. This is why I'm saying they will fall off. This is my opinion. What do you think?
Nah, listen. For me, if I'm playing devil's advocate,
yeah,
I could say, obviously, I don't think that they will stay in this position, but if I'm playing devil's advocate, trying to create an argument, I could say that they could stay there. What if they invest heavily in the summer, and they make promises to these players that we are going to invest heavily in the summer. They bring in new players, they bring in better players. Do you know what I mean? Their owner is able to spend money. I forgot what his name was, but what happens if they're able to retain these players, and then they're able to add on to these players?
You think they can?
And maybe bring in. Whether I think they can or not is besides the point. They, in theory, they can go and spend money. The majority of these clubs can spend money from the revenue that they do make. Maybe it's not as high as Arsenal, maybe it's not as high as Liverpool and City and Man United and all of these teams, but it's still enough for them to be able to come in, for them to be able to you know, dip their toes in the market, be able to get players here and there. Nobody knew who Murillo was. Nobody knew who these other players were. I forgot the guy in the midfield who they bought. Nobody knew who Morgan Gibbs-White is. So that shows that at least their scouting is good. So I think that's the argument I can push to you, is that at least their scouting is good. So what if they bring more players that are on the level of Murillo, on the level of
and you're right, but this is backing up my point, because if you're saying their scouting team is good, don't you think the other clubs will try to snatch them as well?
But no, but that's not how it works, though. They will have their targets and they'll go for their targets and they complete deals. How do they know? How do they know that they're going to complete a deal? So what you're telling me, basically, is that as soon as Nottingham Forest come to complete a deal, to get a deal done, the teams are going to go and call over the big clubs and say, "Oh, look, these guys are coming in for us." Do you know what I mean?
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you're saying they have a very good scouting team, right?
Yeah.
That they scout talents like Moriello and all these names that were small at that time, but now they are turned out to be good players. I'm talking about the scouting staff themselves.
Oh, you think they're going to come and get the scouting stuff?
Also, man, this is always happening.
That will never happen. And I'll tell you why. Because Brighton showed it last time. Chelsea came in
and took Dan Ashworth or whatever, right? That was United.
Chelsea took loads of people. Chelsea took loads of people from Brighton. The one thing they didn't give them was their scouts. That's the one thing that they said no. They tried to get their scouts. And bring them to Chelsea. They said no. The scouts, you're never getting these scouts. These big teams, these small teams or smaller clubs, in regards to winning consistently and stuff like that, this is all they have, is those scouts. The scouts are very precious. They're going to pay them well because they want them to stay, because they want them. They help to fund the club, to build, to find talent. Do you know what I mean? But in regards to, obviously, listen, that's one argument that we can use. We can also use, the argument of whether the manager can get even better out of them next season. I mean, you may say it's a flash in the pan, but maybe they can build on this season and maybe go better next season. It's not always just a flash in the pan. It's not always just, but there is also your side of the coin, which is, what if it is a flash in the pan? What is it? What if these players do leave? Do you know what I mean? So there's definitely positive situations, or it depends on how it goes. We have to wait until the summer to find out, and until next season to fully find out what they're going to do. But for me right now, if I'm to pick a side and to say where I think it's genuinely going to happen, or what I think is genuinely going to happen, I lean more to your side, in where I think their players are going to get snatched up, where they're gonna have a tough time replacing those players. But there is still that possibility of them being able to replace players. There's still possibility of them being able to hold on to players, but I don't think it's as big of a possibility as the possibility of them leaving and them struggling to rebuild. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
it's hard.
I just looked into like the past couple of seasons from, let's say, 2021. Nottingham was not there. Okay, so they came into the Premier League 21-22, right? Or am I mistaken?
Wait. Was that?
Okay, they came into the Premier League 22-23. That's the season. So they ended up 16th. Then 23-24, they ended up 17th. and now they are competing or competing in the top four. That's what I'm saying. It's the trend does not make sense. The trend is like down, down, and then all of a sudden that peak, and that peak always that the higher the peak in terms of the how it was risen, the harder the dip it will be. It cannot go that high and then just hit a plateau or stay going up. It
Yeah.
does not work, man. Math is not mathing here, man. For me, math is not mathing. You want to look at it, a flash in
Right.
the pan. For me, statistically, even speaking, it's not possible, bro. Not possible.
I mean, listen, there's a possibility. It may not be a high chance though. There's always a possibility. Okay, I saw us bottle top four and then go and win a league title. Go win. I wish, and then go and challenge for a league title, freaking dominating all over the
Yeah,
teams and
that's
all this stuff.
fourth, Sad.
But
Fourth, not
but sometimes,
17th.
Habibi, we were fifth, bro,
Yeah, but
and
still,
we
man.
went from eighth, and then we went from eighth, and then we went to fifth, and then we went to challenging for title. Like sometimes, if you look from fifth, even that's like a steep incline, bro. Or that's a very mad incline, bro, to go up. So
No,
you
it's
can't
not.
say
No,
you
it's
can't say,
not. Because
oh, but
look.
the
I
mapping.
remember. I remember that
There's
season
always
very
a
clearly.
possibility, bro. There's
We
always a,
bottled that. We bottled the top four. I remember that. We bottled
yeah,
top four to
Norwich
be. Yes,
ended
we
up having
bottled
to
it.
sit there and hoping
But
that Norwich win.
but it showed a good signs. If you recall the summer, if you watch the games, we banged Chelsea 4-0 at that time. I remember the preseason, and Arsenal were looking really really sharp. This is before even the title charge season.
Mhm.
They showed the signs. So it's not like you saying, okay, it's all of a sudden we were from 17th and now we are competing to Champions League. I mean, that's it's like you're telling me now United's gonna go and challenge for the league next season.
I don't think it's more
For me,
United.
they have a better chance than Nottingham Forest, man.
Crazy. That's crazy. That is great. No, no, they're in a whole different. Come on, man. That's mad. I
No,
don't think.
because Amram never had a preseason. He never implemented his philosophy, and he didn't sign a single player. So for me, they have a higher chance than Nottingham retaining that position they have. Honest to God. And you know what? We'll come back to the stream next season, and we'll see.
Yeah, now we will be doing, guys. We will be doing predictions for the season, giving our complete 20 teams, and then where they will. Because I actually want to start doing that where we do at the start of the season. We
Let's wait until
do
the end of the
we
season,
do the
please.
huh?
We want to see the full picture of the season, and then we can judge.
What do you mean?
Like, let's wait until the end of the season, like somewhere in
What this
June.
season?
Yeah, this season.
Yeah, no. This is gonna be done towards the start of next season, bro.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
That will
towards
be
the
that.
start of next season, we're gonna
Okay,
we're gonna do
yeah.
our
I
full
like it. I like
40,
it.
where we
I
think
like it.
everybody's gonna finish, and then we'll revisit at the end of the season, and then we'll see who got what right, who was calling it. Do you know what I mean? We'll do it. But
Yeah.
listen, let's move on. We're talking for 33 minutes. Let's move on to the Arsenal section
But we
because
didn't even discuss it. So Palace and City. Who do you think will win quickly? I think it's gonna be City.
I
Man.
think it's gonna be Palace.
Really?
The momentum that they have, Mateta is a problem, bro. Mateta is a problem. Eze is a problem, bro.
But City is on form currently.
City's on form, but
Mm.
for
And it's,
me,
and it's Pep,
looking, yeah, it's Pep, but we've seen Pep get outclassed by these managers before.
True.
We've seen Pep drop points to Palace before, especially
Mm.
with this manager. I think it's Glasner that's there, isn't it? We've seen Pep drop points to him before. Do you know what I mean? This is the thing with Bournemouth and with Crystal Palace. Both of them have managers that I class as possibly can be world class, if not title winning managers. They have shown me just with how they're able to get certain performances and get consistency out of these two teams. Do you know what I mean? I know Palace haven't been,
Big up Sheikh
killing it in
TV.
the league.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I'm just saying, big up Sheikh TV.
Oh, big
Shake
up to
TV.
TV, bro. Big up, big up, big up, big up. I didn't even see that, bro. Big up to you, Shik. Absolute legend in the building. Big up to you. But the consistency that they've shown at times, the tactics, all of that stuff. Listen, I rate Areola and Iriola, sorry, I think is his name, and Glasner. Those they're two very good managers, man. And I feel like they've got bright futures. But for now, they need to stay at this level and continue to build and build and build their experience in the league, because I feel like they can go to a bigger team. They can go to a bigger team in the Premier League, and they can play well with that big team. But right now, they just at times I can still see, there's a little bit of how can I say, inexperience at the top level, but that will come with managers just coming into the league. I'm not sure if Iraola and but Lewis, I'm not even saying world class, but they have a potential to possibly be world class in the future. I'm not saying they're world class right now, but they're good managers right now. They are good managers right now. But listen, we're gonna see. In my opinion, I think Palace can get through this. I think the way Mateta is against his defenders, he's an issue. He always preoccupies his defenders. He uses his physicality as to his advantage. We saw what he done against us. We saw what he's done multiple times this season, which is make these runs. Even against Manchester City, I think in the league, I think he made some run, bro. And do you know what I mean? Mateta is a very good striker, using his physicality. He reminds me of a young freaking. He reminds me of a young Lukaku, man. The way he used to use his strength, bro, at Everton. Like, bro, listen, the streets won't forget, man. That Lukaku, bro, with the dreadlocks, bro. We won't forget, man. Hey, we won't forget, man. We remember.
Also, Eze is doing great as well in Crystal Palace, and he's talented. But still, I don't see them outclassing City.
It's as easy as that, Sami. Wallah.
No. I'm not saying it's gonna be a walk in the park for
that's
City,
that's what I'm just trying to clarify. I don't want to say
I
like
think it's gonna be like a 2-1 for City, something like that, or
I think it's gonna be a tight game, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They've got a very good goalkeeper as well, Dean Henderson, very good. He's actually grown a lot since he left Manchester United. Who knew? Players leave Manchester United, become better players. Who knew, bro?
It's not like that club is cursed, man.
It's not like we're seeing that every single season, bro. A brand new player leaves Manchester United, has one season at a new club, turns out to be a brilliant player.
Look at Anthony in Betis, man. He's doing wonders there. This is like Messi for them, man.
It's insane, bro. But for me, I'm going Palace for this cup final. I think Palace will got it. Depending on injuries. It may change if there's injuries, but with the current players that they have fit, I think they can beat.
I feel sometimes you're confused between the question, who do you think will win, and who do you want to win? I always have this debate.
No, but it's of course I want Palace to win. I want Palace to win. No, but hold on. No, I want Palace to win, but
me too. But I don't think they will.
It's not just about me wanting them to win, because if I just wanted them to win, I'd say Palace is gonna win. But I gave you the reasons why. That's why I truly believe that they will win. It's not gonna be by far like a 2-3-0. I think it's gonna be a close game.
It's gonna be,
I think there may be like 1, maybe 2 goals in it. Do you know what I mean? It could go to penalties, maybe. But from that performance against Aston Villa, do you know what I mean? They've definitely shown that they can handle the big moment. Do you know what I mean? They can stay composed. And listen, they outclassed the Aston Villa team. Outclassed them in every single area of the pitch. Goalkeeping.
And who said it best is and he always was consistent about his view of Emery. What's his name? Terry, right? In the Football Terrace, he always mentioned that Emery crumbles in big moments, and that's the main reason why we, as an Arsenal fans, we were fed up with him. One of the biggest moments, for example, is the final of the Europa League. You get smashed 4-0 by Chelsea, man. Smash. Not even 1-0. It was, it was a batter there, man. Fuck that shit. And Emery, he's a fumble. I don't know what happened. He has a good record, like 3 or 4 Europa Leagues, 3 with Sevilla and 1 with Villarreal. But with us, he couldn't manage to do anything for the team, and that's why we kicked him out. And this is what we're seeing. You see Crystal Palace smashing Aston Villa. I mean, who saw that coming? But yeah, man, for me, I told you, I think it's going to be City. It's going to be a very close game, 2-1 or something like that. And if City scores first, I don't think Crystal Palace will be able to come back to the game.
Okay. Now, fair enough. Guys, give us your predictions for the cup final. Give us your predictions for who you think will win in this cup final, whether that be Man City, whether that be Crystal Palace. Let us know. But Palace, I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys, man.
I want Palace to win, man. I don't want City to win because
I just don't want to see another. Listen, one of my friends support Palace at work. He supports Palace as well.
Oh, really? I never met a Palace fan,
Bro, he's die hard, man. Die hard, bro. Goes to every game, bro. It's crazy. Home and away, bro. It's crazy. Every single one, man. Season ticket holder, so he goes to everyone. But big up to him. Do you know what I mean? And I hope they win for him because I want him to be happy, man. Do you know what I mean? Good guy. Yalla, let's speak now. Can we speak about Arsenal? The Arsenal SC.
Okay, Arsenal.
Thoughts on the game tomorrow, mate?
Which game?
So this guy wants to start doing jokes. This guy wants to start doing banter. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the biggest game of our season, the biggest game of the last freaking 10 years, bro.
Look, man, I have a lot of faith in Arsenal, to be honest, especially after the Real Madrid game. I'm super confident, to be honest. And yes, we don't have Thomas Partey. We talked about this with the guys, with Ash and everything. That's the only thing that I'm scared of, that we don't command the midfield. I think it's gonna be in the midfield. We're gonna have Marino, Odegaard, and Rice. I think those are gonna be the 3 midfielders. So I hope to God Odegaard shows up. Okay. Trossard, I saw a little bit of, he's been clinical in the past 2 games. Arteta played him as striker just to try. He tried even Skelly in the midfield. We saw him scramble there and play and see which formation fits most, but I think he's going to go with the solid 3. Saka on the right, left Martinelli. For me, I think, look, if we don't win the game, we shouldn't lose the game. This is the least we can do. Is it going to be in Emirates or
Emirates?
We have to win. Actually,
They got a big team. They got a big team.
We gotta win. We gotta win by any means necessary. I mean, and preferably with 2 goals, buffer. Otherwise, it's gonna be very tough in Paris. But the good thing is that we will have Partey back in Paris. So let's see what Arteta has planned and cooked. But I have faith. I really have faith in this team, and I think we're gonna go through. The question is, if we don't go through, do you think we should sack Arteta?
Yes.
Okay.
If it's in the semi-final, brother.
So you're not gonna tell me, oh, we progressed. And
no.
This and that and shit like that.
No. But here's the thing: I can only have a conversation depending on how the final goes.
Oh, okay. So
that's the only time you can have. That's the only time you can have a conversation. You get to the final,
and then we'll talk.
Game.
Okay.
Listen, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know how I'm gonna feel, bro, because we have to get to the final first. Then we have to get through it, and whatever happens. Yeah. Then I have to wait for a few days, depending on if he wins. Then khalas, he's staying, of course, 100%. Big up to him. If he loses it, I need to relax for a bit and then make my mind up, bro, because I still don't even know if even if
you paused there for a second.
Even if it's a close game,
yeah.
I don't even know if I'm going to be able to withhold my anger and just be able to give him another. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going to have to see, man. we're gonna have to see what happens. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think we will win, man. Our team are familiar with their team. Yes, they were not that in form. Yes, some of the players were not there, like Dembele and Kvara, but still, I mean, I think
Guy,
I
bro,
think
the diva, bro. This guy. Don't lie.
yeah.
That's clipped to me, bro. That's crazy. I've been clipped too
So,
many times saying different things, bro. Do you know what I mean? Listen, man.
well, man, hey, I'm not gonna say it here live, man.
That's
But
that's
sometimes
why
you're a
that's
flip flop, man.
that's
You
why
flipped on me, bro.
That's why Sammy's like, oh, okay, it's this time now. What's what we doing here, bro? Man, listen, man. Who knows, man? I have to make my decision at the end of the season. That's what I'm saying. But big up. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and some of the good news we heard about Saka contract, we hear about Skelly's contract, we hear about Nwaneri's contract. So that shows that the club is unified. The dressing room are all putting all hands on deck. So I feel like as a unit, as a team, we can actually beat PSG. We're better than them. Um, but the final, that's a total different story. So let's just take it one step at a time. So tomorrow is going to be a big game in our stadium. We need to win. We need to somehow hold their offensive players like Dembele, like Varskelia, and Aston Villa showed us how in the second leg. I mean, they went all gun ho on them, and it kind of messed up their cards. And I think we should do the same. I think we should go like a really fast pace and progression. We shouldn't just try to just dominate the ball ineffectively. We need to be direct. We need to utilize Saka's shots from outside. We need to use Martinelli's speed. Trossard needs to shoot more. Rice needs to take also the shots. So yeah, we need to find a way. Set pieces as well. I mean,
We
set
need to
pieces is something.
basically replicate the Real Madrid game. Because the Real Madrid game, we were so like just
Look,
bro,
I
it
think
was
those two
forward,
set
it
pieces,
was
those two fouls from Rice, just killed them. To be honest, they're like
but
they're
not even no, but not even the fouls though. We were so forward thinking.
yes, but
Like,
it's
do you know what I
kind
mean?
of
It was
destroyed their confidence. Like even when Bobby was like, like what the fuck should I say? There's nothing you can say about it. Even you were shocked. Every single Arsenal
I
fan
was
was shocked.
screaming, bro. I was
Yeah, man,
bro.
I threw my phone, man. That's how happy I was looking at it, watching it through the phone because I was out. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? So I hope this kind of moment. This is the moments you need in Champions League. A golden moment like this from somebody. And I have a feeling Ghost Guard will show. He didn't show up all season. He needs to show up now as our captain. You need to give us that spark. You need to give us that that deadly ball inside the box. That goal that we need. So up to this point, it's more hopium. But let's see with Odegaard, I mean specifically. But the other players are really showing good. I'm not really skeptical about our defense. Saliba needs to get his head straight. Kivior is doing well. Skelly is doing well. So our back four is solid. Our goalkeeper is solid. Our midfield is solid. It's just Odegaard. For me, it's just Odegaard. This guy has to perform. Even Trossard showed that he's been clinical in the past 2 weeks. So, what do you think, Sam?
Listen, I think definitely favourites going into the tie at the Emirates. I think we can win the game. I do agree with you. We need to be forward thinking. We need to not put the handbrake on. Just put the gas pedal down. Just, do you know what I mean? Go all guns blazing, bro. Because I understand they're going to try and hit us on the counter, but we've already shown that we have the ability to penetrate that defense with Havertz. Do you know what I mean? They're shaking in with the set pieces. Do you know what I mean? We're good at set pieces. I think there's definitely ways that we can infiltrate that defense, and I'm confident, but I'm also wary because they do have attackers there that can hurt us. So yes, we can go forward thinking. Yes, we can, you know what I mean, attack, but there has to be balance. It can't just be doing stupid stuff like what Saliba's been doing recently. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, there's
Mm-hmm.
definitely place to criticize there. because you can't be making stupid mistakes like that. But in the grand scheme of things, we need to make sure that we're able to dominate the midfield. Now, how that's going to happen,
It's gonna be difficult with that part.
I'm still trying to figure it out, because I don't know who he goes with. With me, Mikel Merino's fit. Alhamdulillah. They released pictures today. He's in training, feeling good, all of that good stuff. But for me, I can't see who else fits into that midfield and can have us play exactly the same as if Partey was there.
Nobody.
Or not drop down.
Nobody can replace Partey.
But here's the thing. So most likely it's going to be Rice going into the 6.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be who's next to him as that 8.
Merino.
So you're thinking that they're going to play Trossard? Because I think they're going to play Trossard as well.
Yeah, I think so too. You cannot rely on Zinchenko.
What about Miles Sketty?
And what, you're going to play Tierney on the left? You think he trusts Tierney?
You could play Tierney.
With this inverting, tactics?
You could play Tierney. You could play Timber on the left and play Ben White on the right.
If he does that, I'm just going to switch off the game.
You're done.
I'm not watching Timber on the left side.
I'm not even watching it.
Sorry, man. Even Lewis agrees. See, he doesn't like Tierney, man. Yes, he doesn't like Tierney. It's obvious he doesn't like Tierney's play style, whatever.
So there's way too many. So let's answer this. Let's answer this. What's wrong with Zinni at the 8? Give us your thoughts.
Defensively, he's flawed. He cannot track back. He cannot. I mean, yes, offensively he's good, keeping the ball, shooting range is good, but when it comes to defensive duties, it's not there. And you're going one of the top midfielders in the world currently against Vitinha and all these players. You have to be defensively sharp, and this is why we're going to miss Partey heavily, because Partey has that balance between offense and defense. Rice as well has that in his pocket, but Zinni doesn't, man. And don't tell me Zinni's good defensively, man. He's shit, bro. Nutmegs and all the nah, man. You cannot convince me Zinni's a good defender.
Sami said it in a nice way. Don't ask me what I think, because do you know what I mean? I'll get rude. So do you know what I mean? let's move on, brother. So I don't know what you want me to say, bro. I don't. Do you know
you asked the question, man.
No, but that's why I asked you, because
so from Luis. Okay.
I'm not speaking about this Zinchenko guy. Yeah, I'm not speaking about this guy. For me, I'm not saying anything. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I flew in on a red eye, man. It was a bit mad. In regards to the game and the attack, we're likely to see Martinelli on the left. We're going to see Saka on the right, and obviously Trossard down the middle, because I do think he'll play Mikel Merino. Do we think that Trossard can keep it consistent and score goals? Because in the first game that we played against them, we used the height as an advantage.
That's true.
That is true. Having a tall player as a striker.
That was only one goal, right? The second goal was Saka. Yeah, it was cutting inside and shooting the goal.
Yeah,
but
no, it was on a free kick.
But I think is Marino's going to have some attacking duties from Arteta. He's going to ask him to always drop deep inside. That's what I think. Where Trossard maybe will play like a false nine and go back and set it up for Merino, like a lob or a cross or something like that. But there are going to be some tactics there. There has to be some brilliant tactic from Arteta to actually overcome this defense, and I think he has it in his pocket. We saw it against Real Madrid. I'm not doubting his skills. I'm just hoping that we have a good day and PSG have a bad day, because PSG is a very strong team. We cannot sit here and say, "Hey, we're gonna nail them 5-0." We cannot say that.
Nah,
I wish, but I think it's gonna be 2-0.
I think you have to beat them by 2 goals.
Yes,
We have to beat them by 2 goals. A 1-goal margin.
Agreed.
To,
very risky.
That's just not even, bro.
Yeah.
Going to Paris with a 1-0, like just 1-goal margin is you know what I mean?
You gave yourself 75% winning. So is it different now?
What do you mean?
Last time we spoke about this topic, you said Arsenal has 75% chance to win against 25 PSG. You're still having the same thought, or you're flip-flopping again?
No, I'm still confident that we can get over the line.
So still 75.
I'd say it's less than 75. But but Sami, you're laughing like as if I didn't say that before. Thomas Partey got a yellow card and got ejected from the game. So are you telling me I have to keep that 75% even though the stuff has changed?
Well, I'm trying to remember. Was it after or before the yellow card?
Before, 100% it was before.
100% it was. I will VAR this.
Okay. Yeah, VAR it because 100% it was before.
Okay.
I know it was before because it was after we. I'll tell you why it was before, because it was after we beat Real Madrid in the first game, and I was mad giddy, bro. Do you know what I mean? But
maybe
I could still keep that energy if we still had Partey. I'd say, yeah, you know what, 75% chance that we win. But I can't say that without Thomas Partey because that midfield still. Do you know what I mean? It just that team needs to be perfect from now on until the inshallah the final. If we make it in the left, inshallah we have to make it. But if we have to be perfect, no slip ups, no bottle jobs. Do you know what I mean? By the way, Lewis, that's not possible. He's not going to play Jorginho because Jorginho is not fit. Jorginho is not fit. Jorginho, I don't know, he broke his back or I don't know what's going on. Pause. Do you know what I mean? He done a madness. So this guy is not fit. He wasn't even in training today. He didn't even turn up. Do you know what I mean? So no, but he genuinely wasn't, Lewis. He genuinely wasn't in training. So but if he plays Jorginho, then that's perfect. That means there's no issue. If he plays Jorginho, I'm fine with that. Completely fine.
No, I'm not fine with that.
I'm fine with that. Jorginho has shown multiple times that he can step up, especially in the Champions League. But he's got experience in the competition.
So you want to play Jorginho on the 6, Partey 8, and Marino up front?
No. Rice, you mean? You just said Partey in the 8.
Rice. So yeah, Rice on the 6, and
no. So I want to play.
Jorginho
on the 6, and I'll play Rice at the 8. Keep it as it is. I think that Jorginho can do that job, but he's not available. He's not fit. I'd have more confidence with the midfield if Jorginho was there. That's what I'm saying. You guys are scared about playing Jorginho. I wish we had Jorginho. Do you know what I mean? But
I just hope Arteta does not come up with madness and puts like Zinchenko on the left back and Skelly on the middle or something like that. I just don't want to see something insane like this.
Yeah, Zinchenko at the left back is like suicide, bro. That's just like, yeah.
Dembele will cook him, man.
Brother, cooking is not even the word, bro. Do you know what I mean? Cooking is not even the word, bro. Zinchenko would get torn apart, bro. If you're gonna do that, then you have to play Tierney. There's no other choice. You must play Tierney. Yes, Tierney cannot do the job like inverting in. Do you know what I mean? Yes, Tierney cannot do that, but Tierney can still. Do you know what I mean? Tierney can still put balls into the box, and then let Timber do the inverting stuff.
So, do you think Skelly can handle Dembele? He handled one good player.
Oh, what in the left back position?
Yeah. Well, if he's in the left back,
yeah. No. I think Miles Skelly will be able to, handle to a certain degree. Of course, it's not going to be perfect because Dembele is still Dembele, a very good attacker, so we can't like disrespect him and say, "Oh, it's going to be a complete easy game." It's never going to be easy. He might falter a couple of times, but I think for the majority of the time, I do think I trust Miles with Skelly enough, especially in this campaign, to be able to trust him enough for him to keep that side without any goals. They might have some shots, but I trust him to keep it without any goals. What about
Because
you?
on paper, I think that's the most vulnerable side of Arsenal is the left side defensively, right side for them.
But the reason why I wouldn't say that is because at the moment, Kivior has been very solid. I think we can
Yes,
say that Kivior right now is
yes.
having a purple patch at the right time. He's having a
I
purple patch at the right time, bro. Long may this purple patch continue just until the end of the season. And خلاص بتمشي يلا سير.
look, but
We-
he has a good team, man, in front of him. He had Partey, he had Rice. I mean,
Yeah,
we defensively are like us. We defend like a squad. It's not like only Kivior is there. We saw
yeah.
moments from him here and there. Yes, I agree with you, but you cannot consider Kivior to be a top defender just because of 4 games or
No,
5
I'm
games.
not. That's why I say it's a purple patch.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm saying. On
I
paper,
don't think it's a yeah.
Mm.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying on paper, that's the weakest part in our squad is the left side. Yes, Kelly has having a great campaign. He's one of the most greatest discoveries for Arsenal this season. Kivior is solid in the past couple of games. He's been consistent and playing very good. At least he's doing the basics. Nothing fancy, but no errors at the same time. But that's their strongest side as well, which is Dembele there, right? I don't rate Kvara as I rate Dembele. Dembele is having a massive, good. See, one strong.
I know Dembele is getting a lot of GA, but Kvaratskhelia is also a very big danger. I'm just happy that we have Timber there.
No. So it's not that Kvara is shit. No. Don't get me wrong. I just rate that Timber, is more competent, more than competent to handle him compared to Dembele versus Kelly or Dembele versus Kivior.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can understand what you're saying. Yeah. I think for me, I look at what Miles Skelly is, especially Miles Skelly himself, has shown. He's been able to handle the pressure, especially in these Champions League games. And to be able to handle that is, at that age, is something special that you don't see from a lot of players, that they're able to handle that much pressure. There is a lot of pressure on us. This is the only chance we have to win a trophy this season. This is the only chance we have to win a trophy this season. There's a lot of pressure, especially when you're in the defense. You're handling attackers, and these are, world class or top class, very good attackers that you're.
We didn't even mention Doué. Zayn there is mentioning Doué. Yeah, Doué is having.
Desiree Doué is a whole nother issue, bro. That guy is a whole nother problem, bro. Listen, guys, Cronky Service Entertainment Services, yeah.
Buy him.
Sports
Buy
him, bro. Andrea Berta, if you're watching this, I know you're probably not, but if you're watching this, yeah, buy Desiree Doué. Just buy him. I don't care what it takes. I don't care what you have to do. If you have to throw the kitchen sink at it, go and get me Desiree Doué, yeah, and put him on that left wing, bro. Because a front three of Desiree Doué, Gyökeres, and Bukayo Starboy Saka will win me that league, bro. That will win me that league, bro. I know that, bro. If you don't win the league with that, brother, just quick one, man. He might not be here at the end of the season. We have to see. But, guys, Desiree Doué is like, I'm taking a liking to this player. Like, he reminds me of Joga Benito. Do you know what I mean? Big up, man. Big up, man. I'm sure he's got a bit of Brazilian in him, bro. There has to be some Brazilian in him.
I have faith on Timber and Saliba.
But that's the thing is with him is he's probably going to be playing down the middle, or he'll be playing. He plays everywhere. That Desiree Doué, bro. Even last time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The thing is with PSG, yeah, is that their players move from like left, Then they might be playing down the middle. They might be playing on the right, and then another player's playing on the left. It's very, you know what I mean? It moves around a lot.
But
What
I
do you
think
think about Desiree doing? You let us know. What do you think?
oh no, he's incredible, man. He's
Allah, yeah,
absolutely incredible, man. It's absolutely incredible. I wish we had, even a slight chance to sign him. I didn't even hear anything about him, so I don't think we'll get him, and I don't think PSG will let him go, and even Khalifa to let him go. But speaking of the way they play, so they play quite close and similar ball of Barcelona and even Arsenal, and I think they will struggle with our tight spaces that we don't allow teams, and we don't allow the gaps between the players. I think they will struggle there. But as I said at the beginning, we have to go on the offense. We cannot rely on defense. That should be in the second leg. But the first leg, we have to go gun ho and we have to score early as possible. We need that momentum. We need that snowballing effect, just like it happened in Real Madrid. We scored the first, then the second came, and then the third came, and even in the second leg, we scored the fourth, and then they scored because of a Boza moment from Saliba, and then we again smashed them with a worldie from Bukayo Saka.
I think that I can't lie. I think the away game is not going to be as hard as the home game. I saw this on PSG INT. Yeah, big up to him. He was saying because now before
based on what is like their track record or something.
Yeah, so people were saying to me before, don't listen to Real Madrid fans. They're giving you guys like they're gaslighting you guys into thinking you can win. Now I'm actually going to listen to the fans that actually watch this club inside and out. He himself says, we have to make sure we win at the Emirates. If we don't win, this is quoting obviously PSG INT, guys. Go and subscribe and like the video for him. But in his preview to this game, he said, or in his predictions thing, he said we must go and win at the Emirates because even he himself said we haven't been good at home. Do you know what I mean? We haven't been good at home. We need to win that. So at least that when we get to the Parc des Princes, we can sit back, we can defend, we can. Do you know what I mean? We
and
don't
apply mental pressure on them as well.
We don't need to go as hard. So I actually think that if we do get like a 2-0 margin, I think it could be very difficult for them to turn it around. Really difficult.
Yes, I agree, and that's why we're saying two goal margin, because of our record. We haven't conceded more than 2 goals for a very, very, very long time. So that's why I don't think they will be able to turn the tables on us. And we are very good also on the counter attack. We have very pasty players like Saka, like Martinelli, that can really punish them if they overcommit forward. But again, the player that we cannot keep carrying, I'm gonna keep mentioning, is Odegaard. He needs to show up.
No, 100%. Listen, as somebody who everybody says that I defend the Odegaard so much, I'm the Odegaard defender, whatever. Like, I've always kept it real and said to you guys, I understand he's having a very shit season. Those performances against Real Madrid, it was unacceptable. It was unacceptable. You need to, like, when we're away at the Bernabeu, everybody else looks like they're on smoke. Yeah. Martinelli's on smoke. Marino's on smoke. Bukayo Saka's on smoke. Reyes, Partey, Saliba, Kivior, Mazzucchelli spitting in their face, bro. Timber on smoke. And I'm seeing the captain and he looks shook of these men.
Yeah.
He looks scared. Like, you can't be the guy who's looking scared.
Especially as a captain.
I just, the only thing that I don't agree with that people say is we should sell Martin Odegaard. I've never agreed with that. I will never agree with that because of one season where he goes bad. I don't agree with that, and I will never agree with that. But
they drop a 70-80 mil. Do you think
in regards,
70-80 mil you will sell?
No. Listen, he had one bad season. Yeah, it doesn't eclipse everything that he's done before. It doesn't eclipse the 2 seasons that he's had where he was near to world-class level, playing at world-class level or near to world-class level. We can't just, I'm not like that. I'll get, if these players have given me credit in the bank from very good and consistent performances, I can allow them to at least have a season, especially with Erdegaard, bro, who's been doing a madness. But listen, for me, I look at the situation with the captaincy. That's something that we can definitely have a conversation about.
By the way, I would sell his ass.
I've-
Just some important information.
No, fair play. That's you. That's you. I think he's worth more than 80 mil.
What?
I'd probably sell him for like if they gave me 110, 120. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'd sell him for that. I think he's a very, very good player. Very, very good player. And teams would be if he went for sale right now, you'd see a line of teams lining up to pay you top money for him. But
if you were a salesman in a company, that company will go bankrupt.
Well, something. We'll see. We'll see. All I'm saying is I'm collecting receipts, yeah. And when he starts playing very, very well again, brother, I'm here, man. I've got so many people that sat there and disrespected him. So when he starts consistently performing again next season, which I think he will personally, once he starts performing, I need apologies from everybody, bro. I'm gonna get those apologies. I'll collect. Believe me, I'm gonna collect. Yeah, paid in full, bro. I'm not taking no half payments. I'm not taking no let me do a payment plan. No. Pay on time. When I come to collect, you're gonna pay on time.
That's the thing, when he came back from the injury, something happened to him.
I think he's still injured. I'll be so real with you. If that's the case, because Dio last episode was going to give him a leeway, and I almost went crazy on him, telling me he's playing with an injury. I was like, if that's the case, then this is a complete incompetence of Arsenal Football Club. Yes.
How the hell are you playing?
Why I say that? Do you know the reason why I say that? Is because there's history of it. Not like I'm just putting it out of my ass and saying it. There's history of it. Ben White has played with an injury. Saka has continuously played with an injury. How do we know that Erdegaard's come back and he's not 100% fit, but he's still playing because they think, oh, it's okay. He's going to continue to play. He's going to get better. You know what I mean? Yes, he's been 100% poor this season. I'm not saying that majority of it is the injuries because you're still getting into good positions.
So you're saying it's physical, not mentality issue?
No, I think it's a bit of both. His mentality is also faltering, but in his physicality as well, it doesn't look right. But he's still getting into those good positions and not finishing off the chances. I can't sit there and not criticize that. Do you know what I mean? You have to criticize that as well. You have to criticize these bad performances. If
he's injured, this is a totally different topic.
But if you're injured, then Habibi, get off the pitch. If not, and you want to play, and you want to be big boy, you want to be bad man, and you want to play with injury, then brother, you're holding.
But that's on the coach side. The coach is who's the guy decides who's going to play and who's not.
Yes, but the player can also say that he's not fit enough. Because that's
why I have a fitness team.
How do you feel?
Doctors and medical facilities.
When they go and they try to ask the player how you feeling, the player is the only one that can fully tell them how they feel. The doctor's not going to go into the player's body and say, "Oh yeah, he doesn't feel well."
Yeah, but there's we are in an era where the scan shows everything, man. I mean, it's not like you can hide it. Hey, listen, I'm fit, and then the scan shows.
But the scan will show. The scan will show breaks. The scan will show tears. The scan will show stuff like this. The scan doesn't show still a bit of discomfort. They may still have a bit of discomfort, but they're saying, you know what? I think I'm ready though. I can play with a bit of this discomfort.
Wait. And still hold on. Even if he says, I feel discomfort, like you're stating here, then they will do some sort of scanning.
Yes, and Habibi, that's my problem. I don't think he's telling them I have discomfort. I don't think it's all on the coaches, but I definitely think that the coaches have played somebody with injuries before. It all depends on what's happening, whether he's told them or not. Do you know what I mean?
So
I don't know if he's told them.
You're saying we as fans can see it, but Arteta cannot see it. Is that what you're saying?
Brother, it looks like it. Otherwise, what's happened to this guy? There's no way you can go from what you were doing last season to what's happening right now.
I think
There's no,
something
there's no
happened to him
way.
in terms of mentality. I don't know what. I cannot.
He just had a kid. That's what everybody was saying.
What the fuck that has to do with his performance?
That's what everybody was saying, bro. He had a kid. He came back and then he was saying shit.
That should actually elevate his you know.
Yeah, that's what people are saying.
And put
I don't
kid
believe
here
in
like
it.
a name on the shirt, and then hey, this is for my kid, OD Junior something,
What did he say?
OD Junior, something like that, man. What you talking about, man? Has had the kid. What the fuck is that excuse, man?
OD Junior is crazy work.
Yeah, man,
That's
bullshit.
nasty work. Nah, but he
man.
definitely, going back to the game, he definitely does need to step up. He does need to step up. This is his time. You need to step up now. Yeah, you're the captain. The captaincy, I've always been able to have a discussion about him possibly getting stripped of that captaincy. Do you know what I mean? That's definitely a discussion that I'm able to have with people, and maybe we can find pros and cons for that. But you need to show up now. We're in the Champions League semi-final. I don't need passengers. I need workhorses. I need people who are going to carry that. I need people who are going to push their own weight. Do you know what I mean? I don't need passengers. I don't need people sitting there and just looking to be carried by other players. Nah, we don't need that anymore. So, yeah, man. Listen,
we'll see.
He's fight through that bad form. But score predictions for tomorrow. Let's wrap it up.
2-0 Arsenal.
2-0, yeah? I'm going to go 3-1.
Okay.
I think we will concede. But
before we wrap it up, just the last topic, which is Chelsea. They are in good form. No. It's going to be very quick. Now looking at, even Denzel agrees with me. Big up Denzel.
Denzel.
Top 4 race, or top 5, you want to call it, the Champions League race, Champions League spot race. Do you think Nottingham can recover, or do you think the current table is going to be the teams that will qualify for next season? I have the table in front of me here. So it's Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle, City, and Chelsea. They are tied in terms of points with Chelsea, but in terms of form, Chelsea is looking better. The run for Chelsea is a bit more difficult, I would say, compared to the Nottingham Forest.
I think right now the way it stands with with the top 4 as it is right now, that's how it's going to finish for me. That's the top 4 for me. The 5th position.
Where is all this talk about Nottingham and all this shit, all this fuss that you made about Nottingham Forest?
What do you mean?
In the beginning of the video, of the episode, you talk about Nottingham, that like they're a big club and they will be in Champions League and all that shit. What, it went all to the drain or what?
No, that's fine. If you let me get to what I was saying, baby. I said the top 4 is how I think it's going to finish. The top 5th position.
And I'm talking about Champions League spots.
Yes, it's 5 positions, brother. Yeah, akhi.
Yes,
baby. 5 positions. I've just said the top 4. So the top 4, I think is going to stay like that. Newcastle are going to get 3rd, and I think Manchester City are going to get 4th. The 5th position for Champions League between Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, and Aston Villa. Yeah.
Yes.
Aston Villa. They look like they're on a downward spiral with this loss.
Agreed.
I think going out of the Champions League has definitely kind of madded them up. Yes, they did go and win against Newcastle, but I don't see how they get outclassed in a semi-final like that, and how they can continue to do well in the league. I can't. So now for me, it's between Chelsea and Nottingham Forest.
Yes.
Chelsea are in form. They're looking good, but they've got Liverpool next. Nottingham Forest have got Brentford.
Who already won the league.
It doesn't matter. Habibi,
right. They don't have any competition, yeah.
it doesn't matter, bro. They're gonna still put in the team, bro. People are saying he's gonna play the kids. He's not playing the kids. These players are playing, bro. They're gonna beat Chelsea because they're a better team than Chelsea, 100%.
They are 100%, but I don't think they
gonna
will
beat
go
Chelsea.
100% on them.
Listen, I still think they're gonna beat Chelsea. Chelsea are gonna lose that game. Nottingham Forest against Brentford, I think they win that game. That already puts them behind by 3 points. Yeah, 63.
You're assuming Nottingham is going to win every game.
Not every game. Let me just check their fixtures coming up. So next they've got Brentford. Then they've got Palace away. That's going to be a very difficult game. Very, very difficult game against Palace. Then they've got Leicester, which they should win 100%. Then they've got West Ham away, which they will win. I don't think West Ham have anything to fight for at the moment. And then the last one, the top 4 decider, or the top 5, the fifth spot decider. Nottingham Forest at home to Chelsea Football Club.
Oh,
it's building up.
I think
up. That's the last game of the season, by the way.
I think that will be the most exciting game, of the season.
Yeah,
if they continue both on winning and they're in a similar position right now, it's going to be, I'll watch it. I'll watch that game, man. Even though I don't watch a lot of rival games, but I will watch it
because that could be in it. If they're neck and neck, that's a decider, bro, for that 5th spot. Who gets Europe? Do you know what I mean? Who's able to get Champions League, bro? That's a decider.
Man, it's a huge difference in terms even of revenue.
For me, I'm leaning more towards the Nottingham Forest side. You're obviously leaning more towards the Chelsea side.
Yeah, because of the history, the heritage, the way they play, the names, the players.
I'll tell you one thing. Fuck the history. They don't play nothing like they used to play. So don't tell me history. Don't tell me look at the way they play. They don't play like they used to play. Look, they haven't got that spine like they used to play. Their star player Cole Palmer can't even hit a barn door, let alone score goals. But you want to tell me have belief in Chelsea? Habibi, at this point, they're just about, do you know what I mean? Building a little bit of momentum. They beat Fulham and they beat Everton.
You weren't saying that for Chelsea at the first 2 months of the season.
Yes, but I still don't think that they have enough consistency.
So that's what I'm saying. There's like patches in the season, right?
If they're able to beat Liverpool, then maybe we can have a conversation about that because they could be serious and they could. Then I could see it. Do you know what I mean? Possibly being a bit mad if they're able to beat Liverpool, but I just don't see them happen. I don't see it happening. Let's quickly go to Chelsea and get their run up. Just a second, I've got it here. So Chelsea's run is Liverpool, obviously. Then they've got Newcastle away. Then they've got Man United at home. And then the last game, which is against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, it's a very difficult run. Very difficult.
So now, when I tell him the run, Sami has the audacity.
No, I knew Chelsea. I knew
Sami
Chelsea
has the audacity to go. Yeah, it's a very difficult run. It's very difficult. I feel like it's gonna go a bit mad. It's gonna go pear-shaped.
United. Wait, you said United. What was before United?
So they've got Liverpool. Then they've got Newcastle away at St James's Park. Then they've got Man United at home, and then they've got Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
You tell me if they're winning these. How many wins are they getting out of that, man?
Newcastle, they're not winning. United, I think they will win. Liverpool, I think they will get a point.
Nottingham Forest is what have they got? Leicester. Look how many teams.
Yeah, on paper, yeah, I agree with you. 100%.
Leicester.
No,
they've got Brentford,
on paper.
Palace, Leicester, West Ham.
No. I think yeah, you're right. They have a more difficult run.
And by the way, let me just confirm because I'm sure Palace. I'm sure Nottingham Forest have a game in hand. They have a game in hand, by the way.
Oh,
Nottingham Forest,
really?
yeah,
Hold on, let me check.
they're on 33 games.
Oh, yes, against who?
Because remember,
Against
they
Brentford.
didn't play
Okay,
on the
against
weekend
Brentford.
because they had the cup final or the cup
Yeah,
semi
yeah,
final.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
Remember, Nottingham Forest have a game in hand. So
Yeah, you're right. I think it's gonna be Nottingham, based on all of these, data that you presented. I agree with you. See, I'm a guy
I
who
really
understands
can't.
logics.
No, but I really I understand that they've won these first two games, Chelsea, but I just I can't see a world where they get something against Liverpool,
I
and I
think they
can't.
will.
Uh, actually, let's just say Liverpool on the beach, yeah.
That's
They
what I
get
think.
something
Yeah.
against. Let's just say Liverpool on the beach. Let's say they get something like a draw, maybe even a win, if that's as mad as that sounds, a win against Liverpool, yeah.
But Newcastle, I don't
I
think so.
can't see them getting nothing, not even a sniff against Newcastle. I promise
I
you.
agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
Newcastle is going to be 3-1 to Newcastle. I can call that right now.
Mm-mm.
I bet my balls that it's going to be fucking 3-1 in that game, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Newcastle.
They're not
It's,
gonna win
yeah.
the St James Park. I agree.
And yeah, and then they have Manchester United. That's always a weird game, man. Them against Manchester
I think they
United.
can win that. I think they can
It's
win
always a weird game between them two, man. You know what I mean? It's a weird game,
that.
bro.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
It's weird.
But I
Like
think.
even the
But I.
last
But I think.
season, it was always a goal fest. They were scoring one and then scoring on the other
But
side. Scoring
overall,
it.
league position doesn't lie. So Chelsea are
Yeah.
better than United this season, and this is why I think they will win it. But Newcastle, this is where I'm saying no.
But
That's
somebody who has
why I
nothing
changed
left
my
to
my
lose,
mind.
somebody who has nothing left to lose is the most dangerous though. A team can be most dangerous when they have nothing left to lose. What do Man United have to lose now in the league? Nothing. There's nothing left to lose. They can go out there, they can play their game. We saw how they done against Bournemouth, going away to the Vitality, which a team that stung multiple big teams. Look how many big teams went there and got stung by Bournemouth. Manchester United went there, got a draw, brother. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Man United can be. It's weird, bro. It's weird. They can be dangerous, bro. At times where
I don't think they have the resources, man. I'm sorry. You can say Amram is good, but I don't think he has the resources to even
look
implement.
at this guy, bro. Look at this guy. Well, he's celebrating. Now he's gotten to the case where he's celebrating getting players over us, man. Hold on. Hold on, man.
But we never bet on Cunha, so
Big up the Cunha trophy, man. You know what I mean? We're there, man. I'm with you guys. Stand with you guys, man. Big up the Cunha trophy, man. This guy, wallahi.
Arsenal
We'll
actually
have
never
some
bet for
shame,
him.
man. We didn't. There was talks about us looking at him and discussing with him in
Yeah,
January
they were links. Yeah, they
when
were
we were
links.
when we were desperate. But
Mhm.
they've already said that anything that happened in January is not. That was
Man,
that was
we
just
were linked to like
trying
10,
to.
11 players, man,
Yeah,
at that time.
but now they're going for different people. They've got targets. Do you know what I mean? You can do with the Erdegaard upgrade right now. I don't believe so in it. You need to chat to Sami and these man because they might think we can do an Erdegaard upgrade for 80 mil. Do you know what I mean? So
Yes.
so you fraud. You're a fraud. You are a fraud.
Wait. I'll give you a nice question. Would you
Okay.
swap Odegaard for Due? I would. Look, I would. Here you go. I'll give you the answer. I would. See, I will not hesitate.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh fuck! What the fuck, man?
Because you don't
No,
understand what I've seen this guy
no,
do, bro. I'm
no, no,
sorry,
no.
but I don't
I
care.
watched the same player, man. It's not like you watched something.
People don't understand what this guy has done. But listen, Desiree Doué is my dream, bro. That's my dream, bro.
And
Pause.
you would give it up for
Pause that.
Odegaard.
But that's the dream, bro. To have a player like him. Do you know what I mean? That's the dream.
Wow.
But here's the thing, yeah. You probably need to go. Do you need to go?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Let's quickly talk about Saka. Apparently, all agreed. new contract on the way. He's putting pen to paper. You know what I mean,
We all knew he was going to do that. I don't think any Arsenal fan had
there was
had a
no
doubt.
surprise, right?
Yeah, it's going to happen. Nobody actually doubted that he's going to move or something. There was no signs that he will even look in any other clubs, and Arsenal were gonna put a nail on his contract like that, and he's gonna be the top paid player in Arsenal. Where we
out of
were
all of the
hearing,
players, out of all of the players, I knew he's the one that's definitely 100. I was not even 1% worried that he wasn't going to sign. Not even 1%.
me
Because I
neither.
know
Me
for a
neither,
fact,
to be honest.
Saka, if this team goes down a whirlwind and we go down a hole and we start like doing a nosedive downwards, I promise you Saka will stay there. I promise
You know
you.
what he reminds me,
He'll stay with the
Saka,
club.
so far. Like Del Piero in Juventus or Raúl in Real Madrid. That type of player that will stick with the club.
Club, yeah.
This is what I feel from Saka. I don't know. Maybe it's just a feeling.
Right, he's
The
Steven Gerrard for Liverpool.
yes,
Bro.
yes,
Stuck
yes.
with Liverpool when they didn't win no league title. They didn't do fuck all in the league apart from freaking getting to league titles and bottling it. But he stuck with them, won them Champions League. Do you know what I mean? And he stuck
Totti in
with them,
Roma.
stayed there. Yeah, Totti. Even though Francesco Totti is doing a madness on the brother. Listen,
And you don't get those players. You don't get those players anymore.
Somebody needs to take the bottle of alcohol away from Francesco Totti and stop giving him these mics and tell him to jump on and freaking give news interviews. Did you hear what he said?
No, I haven't. What happened?
He was on news and he said, "Go give Messi. If Messi spent his whole career at Roma, he wouldn't have any Ballon d'Ors." Is he?
Oh, yeah. I heard that. Yes.
Mind. Are you skunked at your damn skull? Do you like
The Italian pride came, man. It's like,
brother?
oh, fuck, man. This is
Francesco,
Italia.
you know what I mean? You need to relax, bro. You need to relax.
Nah, man.
You're talking about Lionel Andreas
No,
Messi.
that's
You're
levels.
telling me if he plays for Roma, yeah, he played for Southampton, he will get fucking Ballon d'Or, bro. Brother, the guy's the best player we've ever seen with our eyes, bro. But what's to tell me? Oh, if he played for Roma, he would not get Ballon d'Or. What are you talking about, bro?
No, I agree with you, 100%.
Waffle, bro. Somebody needs to take mics away from these guys. Him, Schneider, these guys, they need to take mics away from these guys and not give them a chance to speak because they say stupid stuff.
But the player that actually scares me that might move from Arsenal, and I think it's going to be a big blow for us, is Saliba. I have doubts with Saliba. I mean,
so do I. The thing is, I see him in white already. I can see him in.
Yeah, me too. You can see it. Like he's
see him wearing that Real Madrid white, bro.
Do you know what
I mean,
and if we lose,
I think when we came out one time in the jacket. It was like a full white jacket with the Arsenal crest on it in gold. When he was wearing that, I was like, "Fuck, man."
He looks good with that. Huh? He looks good on white.
It looks cold on him. It looks cold on him, but I don't want to believe that, bro.
Yes.
Because I don't want him to leave my club, bro. But
I think Arsenal, if they don't win this season or next season, I think he's leaving.
Yeah, I think
he's the first one.
I think he'll give us one more season. After this season, he'll give us one more season. If we don't win,
I think it's gonna be 1 year left in his contract, which is
he'll start assessing options. But we can't let him leave for free.
1 year. How much are you gonna get 1 year? And knowing Real Madrid, they will do the same with Alexander-Arnold, the same with Mbappe. They're just gonna wait until the contracts are running.
Well, they're talking with him. Apparently, there's extension being worked.
Like, hey, listen, just stay until the end of the year, and we will take you.
If they get an extension done for Saliba, that is big.
But you cannot force him to sign it.
No. I'm saying if we get him to sign a contract extension, it's big moves. Andrea Berta is moving serious. That means that he believes in the project. That means he believes that we are going to win. He's willing to wait, regardless of whether we win this season or not. If they're able to get that done, brother, do you know what I mean? If we win the Champions League, and no doubt he will sign. He will sign 100%.
Yes.
If we win the Champions League, I could see our stock going very high. I think we could be attracting very, very good players. everybody will want to play. That's that kind of Champions League aura you get. Do you know what I mean? When Chelsea first won the Champions League, they were untouchable, bro, in the market, bro. It's like
Chelsea,
they could put their foot into any door and say, yeah, we want to have a chat.
No, man, Chelsea are since I don't know since I can remember, man. Their negotiating ways are just.
It was that what's her name? Anna or something or
that worked with Abramovich.
That woman that worked with Abramovich, bro. She is on job, bro. She's on
man. Job. Abramovich knows how to get shit done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro. He's that guy, bro. I'll take him in a heartbeat, bro.
Hey,
if I could have him as the owner right now,
go sign this player. Go give him a few millions. Just like Eto. You remember the story with Eto, the brown envelopes, man.
Bro, he's insane. Bro.
He's a mafia guy, man.
But in fairness to him, bro, he loves the club, bro. Do you know what I mean? He gets shit done.
Yeah, he's not doing it for the business.
Because it's not even for him. It's not about profits and margins.
No.
It's about like, bro,
stature.
You're dealing with something that you're dealing with something that I love and I hold close to my heart. If you fuck it up, you're getting fired. And if you don't fucking sort of shit out and do shit properly, the way I tell you to do it, then brother, you're gonna get sacked. Simple as that, bro. He had no problem letting people go. He run a very tight rein down there.
Yeah, man. I agree. Bro, I wish we had somebody like that.
Bro, he's an owner that's to be looked at, and
for me, he's the second most best owner that I ever seen.
Who's the best owner? Man City.
No, those are third.
Florentino Perez.
Yes.
The top.
Don.
Yes. The Don, bro.
Man. Nah, man, he cannot go. The Don, man. He ran that club like a country, man. Sorry. I can see him being a president, man. that's how you know the aura that he gives, man. Nah, man.
Brother. Listen, all I'm saying, yeah.
You don't remember what he did with Luis Figo,
bro? That you know what? You're actually crazy because I was just about to mention that.
Shit, man.
Do you remember when they panned? Do you remember when they panned the camera to him after Luis Figo was signed?
Yes, man. That's what I'm saying.
He's sitting there with this cigar and he's smoking it. And he's just, bro.
I think, look, when Messi came to the scene, he was not the president of Real Madrid at that time. It was Calderon or some guy. I can't remember even his name. Calderon, maybe, or something like that. I think if Florentino Perez was there, man, he would have brought Messi. Messi came into the scene 06, 07. That's when he started coming up to the scene. And I don't think he was the president of Real Madrid at that time.
Well, listen.
And when he came and he said, "Okay, I cannot turn Messi because Messi is he loves Barcelona because it's like his family, his home and stuff." And we were like, "Okay, if I'm not gonna get Messi, I'm gonna get the next best thing at that time, which is Ronaldo." And he made him the best player in the world. He got Ronaldo, Saka, Benzema in one transfer market, man. What you talking about? 60 mil. I still remember the numbers. 65 mil for Saka, 94 million for Cristiano Ronaldo, and something.
I think it was 30 mil.
30 mil for Benzema, I think.
30 or 35, or is it 25? I'm not sure.
Anyways,
so I remember it was a very low number for what Benzema is, bro.
At that time, it was not low, man. You're talking about 09.
No, but for now, for what he gave them in those seasons, winning the Champions Leagues that he won when Ronaldo left and everything.
Oh yeah.
For what he gave them,
he cashed back a long time ago, man.
Brother, he cashed back ages ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It's crazy. Anyway, listen, we're gonna wrap up.
Yeah.
I do appreciate
you guys for
chilling with me.
Thank you guys for
I appreciate everybody for the comeback stream. Guys, we will be back. Ash is going to be doing the watch along with me tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a madness. Sami, let us know if you want to join, bro. Let us know if you want to join, bro. It might be a...
I might do one myself, man.
Are you going to do a watch along yourself?
Yeah, most probably.
I'll let you do your thing. Do you know what I mean? I'll let you do your thing. But guys, me and Ash are going to be doing a watch along, man. It's gonna be insane. I just hope that we can continue to.
I want to see Ash doing this. It's like
Brother, listen, man.
Ash.
Inshallah, he can do that again because he was, bro. This guy was, he was like,
Yeah, I saw that, man. Wow.
screaming. Ah, mate, we love to see it. But listen, I do appreciate everybody who has joined us today. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Bear me a second. Okay, Malik, what is this, bro? There we go. Yeah. I appreciate everybody who has dropped in. I appreciate everybody who has liked, who has subscribed. I have put all the links in the description for everybody who has been on here. Well, it's only me and Sami, but everybody else's links are all in the description anyway. So go and subscribe to them also. We're gonna pass you guys over to Don Hussam or Fraud Hussam, where they're doing A-listers at the moment. So go over there, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Big up to everybody, smash the like buttons. We are out of here.
Cheers,
Peace out,
guys.
people. Peace.